Why did a phone case sell for $1 billion? Why did a tiny phone case help build a billion-dollar beauty brand? Not a phone case. A piece of silicone that cost $38 and did exactly one thing: hold a single tube of lip treatment. It sold out almost instantly. The waitlist grew to over 440,000 people. Grown adults were reselling it online for double the price. And 16 months after it launched, the company behind it sold for $1 billion. A phone case doesn't do that. A phone case can't do that, unless it was never really a phone case at all. Because the answer to what this thing actually is has almost nothing to do with lip balm, and everything to do with a pattern in human behavior so old that economists named it in 1899, and a problem in fashion that's been unsolved for 200 years. A little beauty brand created one strange product. In June 2022, the model Hailey Bieber launched a skincare line called Rhode. And by beauty industry standards, it barely existed. No stores, no Sephora, no shelf anywhere on Earth, just a website and about 10 products. One of them was a lip treatment, a small gray tube. It became the brand's bestseller, and that should have been the end of the story. A celebrity brand with a popular lip balm. There are 100 of those. Then, in early 2024, came the selfie. Bieber posted a photo holding a phone case, gray, rubbery, ordinary, except for one detail. Molded into the back was a slot, shaped to hold exactly one tube of that lip treatment. The internet did not treat this like a phone accessory. It treated it like a revelation. When the case officially dropped on February 27th, it sold out. The restock sold out. The restock of the restock sold out. By 2025, Rhode had gone from $0 to $212 million in yearly sales, with 10 products sold from one website. And in May 2025, e.l.f. Beauty bought the whole company for up to $1 billion, the biggest acquisition in its history, for a brand younger than most refrigerators. But here's the strange part. The lip case wasn't even a new product. It contained no formula, no technology, no innovation you could hold. It was a holder for a product that already existed. So why did it work? Because it accidentally solved a problem the beauty industry has had for 100 years. Lip products had one problem. Nobody could see them. Think about what you can tell about a stranger in 10 seconds. Their sneakers? Visible. Their watch? Visible. Their handbag? Visible from across the street. These objects talk. They tell everyone what the owner likes, what they can afford, what tribe they belong to. Now think about lip balm. It lives at the bottom of a bag, in a pocket, in a drawer. You use it a dozen times a day, and no one has ever once known what brand it was. Marketing researchers call this the difference between public and private consumption. And decades of studies agree on one thing. People will pay dramatically more for products other people can see. That's why logos got bigger. That's why designer shopping bags became status symbols people keep. Visibility isn't a side effect of luxury. Visibility is the product. But lip balm stayed invisible. There was simply no way to display it, until someone found one. The lip case took the most invisible product in your bag and strapped it to the most visible object in your life. Because your phone is not just a phone. Screen time studies put it in your hand 4 to 5 hours a day. You hold it up, in public, at eye level, over and over, about 150 times a day. The back of your phone is seen by more people than your front door. Rhode didn't invent a product. They invented a billboard, one that customers pay $38 to carry around. Because people don't just buy objects, they buy what objects say about them. In 1899, the economist Thorstein Veblen wrote The Theory of the Leisure Class and gave this behavior a name: conspicuous consumption. His argument was uncomfortable then, and it's uncomfortable now. We buy things not for what they do, but for what they display. Status, taste, proof of belonging. And lip products hold a special place in that system. In 2001, after the dot-com crash, the chairman of Estee Lauder, Leonard Lauder, noticed something strange in his sales data. The economy was collapsing, but lipstick sales were rising. He called it the lipstick index. And in 2012, psychologist Sarah Hill confirmed the pattern in the Journal of Personality and Social Psychology. When people are shown economic bad news, their desire for most products drops, but their desire for small beauty products goes up. When the world feels unstable, we don't stop buying. We shrink the purchase. A $3,000 handbag becomes impossible, so a $38 case becomes irresistible. The smallest possible ticket into a celebrity's world. And then Rhode added one final ingredient. You couldn't have one. In 1975, psychologist Stephen Wurtzel ran an experiment with cookies. People rated a cookie from a jar of 10 or the same cookie from a jar of 2. Same cookie, but the one from the nearly empty jar was rated significantly more desirable. That's the entire drop model in one jar. One product, one date, gone in minutes. A 440,000 person waitlist. Every sold-out screen working as free advertising. Scarcity doesn't limit demand, it manufactures it. But here's the part nobody talks about. This idea is actually hundreds of years old. For most of history, women carried their essentials in large tie-on pockets, worn under their skirts. Then, around the 1790s, fashion changed. Dresses became slim and fitted, and pockets essentially disappeared from women's clothing. They never fully came back. So women improvised. First came the reticule, a tiny handbag barely big enough for anything. Then the Victorians invented something better, the chatelaine. A metal clip worn at the waist, hung with the things a woman actually needed through the day. Keys, scissors, a thimble, a watch, a little scent bottle. Look at a chatelaine in a museum and you're looking at a strange, beautiful piece of engineering. Your essentials attached to the one thing you always had with you. Sound familiar? 200 years later, the thing you always have with you is no longer a belt. It's a phone. The lip case isn't a gimmick. It's a chatelaine. A Victorian solution to a Georgian problem, reinvented for the smartphone. Which might be why it never felt like a gadget. It felt like something that should have always existed. So why did a tiny phone case help build a billion-dollar brand? Because it made an invisible product visible. Because it offered luxury at a price that survives hard times. Because it gave a 200-year-old habit a new place to live. A Victorian woman hung a scent bottle from her waist so the world could see it. Her great-great-granddaughter clips a lip treatment to the back of her phone. The objects change. Humans don't. We just keep finding new places to hang the things we want the world to see.